A lot of us, myself included, have made choices in life that maybe we're not the most proud of. If we were given the ability to rewind and go back, probably wouldn't make those choices again. Lots of shame and guilt and frustration and sorrow can get kicked up when reflecting on different experiences that we wished we handled better. As an empath, I feel the density and the weight of my regrets sometimes, and it can be really overwhelming. It can be really heavy. In my journey of walking back home to myself, I have learned to give those past versions and decisions lots of grace and compassion and gratitude and understanding. We are all doing the best we can with the level of awareness, bandwidth, and the tools that we have at the time. Sometimes we just straight up didn't know better. Sometimes we were acting out of a space of self-preservation or hurt. Although we wouldn't do it again, there's so much to be learned from holding a past version of ourselves and offering it the love that it really craved and needed in the moment that it didn't get it. I have been healing lots of different perspectives on past versions of myself and really sitting with not the space of regret where if I was me today in that situation, how would I do it differently? But more so viewing the replay of my past and doing it with such an objective, understanding lens, being, I know what you were moving through and what you were feeling and what your mind state was at that point, and you really were doing the best you could with your tools and bandwidth and attention and awareness. Life is a whole journey. There's no end to it. There might be boxes we check along the way, but there's always more unfolding and unpacking and more embodying and becoming to be done. As we are able to hug and nourish, tell our past selves that it's okay, we can do that same thing for our present version. I know in the healing spaces, and if you're watching this video, I'm sure you're an active participant in this too. You spend many of your present moments healing your past, trying to understand how things unfolded, trying to reframe how we hold on to these memories so they can only empower us in our future, not inhibit our future. Something that came up recently to hold space for is having that same grace and compassion for our versions of ourselves today. You know, we are still doing the best we can with the tools we have. We have never been this version of ourselves before. That takes patience and grace as we navigate trying to become our best future self, and as we navigate how to reframe and alchemize our past selves. We're doing all of that still with a version of ourselves we've never been. Holding space and grace and compassion for today me is also just as big as holding it for yesterday me. You know, as much as we can dive into the past and work through some things that we might not want to do, we can still be pretty harsh and intense critics of ourselves moving through our day to day, whether it's pressure to exercise, to eat right, to check this box, to fit in that box, to have this idea figured out or that thing managed. We forget sometimes that we only have limited capacity. We only have limited bandwidth. Our energy is a finite resource. We must restore it and refill it in order to continue to pour out of it. So that was a huge insight that I've been sitting with this past week. It's been really cool to offer present me the compassion that she deserves, because she deserves it. There's been days that I wanted to exercise more than I did, and I honored the fact that I was tired and got other things done that day. Just as much as on other days where I didn't want to exercise, I knew it was best for me, and I went and I did it, and I was proud of myself for that too. It's not about checking the boxes on the outside and going to the gym this many days of the week and eating these many vegetables and drinking this much water. But what's most important is sitting and checking in with ourselves and saying, what do you need today? And what can I do to be of genuine service to you? It's about knowing yourself, knowing what tools can work for you, and knowing what your body and mind are trying to communicate with you so you can be of best service to yourself. knowing when to slow yourself down and knowing when to speed yourself up with whatever is in best alignment with where you're headed and what you actually need. I hope this video helps. I hope you're able to not only offer so much grace and love to past you who is just doing their very best to get you to this very moment, but I also wish you all of the strength and grace and patience to offer yourself that same compassion to today you, because you're killing it. You've been through a lot, and I know you're navigating it in order to up level to be the absolute best version of yourself out there. But know that takes time. Know there's no rush. And know that you are so divinely guided, protected, supported on your journey. And I know for sure that I'm always rooting for you. If you ever need any help or clarity to kind of maybe see where you could really focus in or get started evaluating how to offer yourself a little bit more grace and compassion in certain areas of your life, I'll link my most recent offering below. And in the meantime, stay well, stay blessed, and love yourself.